Stop blaming Apple for iPhone delays. Seriously. If you think Apple's supply chain is broken, you haven't seen what AI is doing to the memory market. Here is the counterintuitive truth that every Apple investor needs to understand. TSMC is sitting on $1 billion worth of Apple's A20 Pro chips, and they cannot package them. The chips are ready, production is smooth, N2 yields are good. But there's no DRAM to pair with them. AI customers, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, are buying up all the LPDDR5X RAM. Apple is competing for scraps. This is not a demand problem. This is a supply problem. The AI boom has hijacked the memory supply chain. Let me break down exactly what happened and what it means. I'll admit something. When I heard the iPhone 18 Pro might be delayed, I thought, Apple is losing its supply chain magic. Then I read the details. TSMC is ready. The chips are ready. Apple did everything right. The problem is memory. Today, I'm going to break down the entire DRAM crisis. By the end, you will understand why this is AI's fault, not Apple's. Stay with me. Let's start with the core problem. The chips. Apple's A20 Pro processor is the first chip built on TSMC's N2 process. Production is progressing well, volume and yields are good. The packaging, the A20 Pro doesn't ship alone. It's packaged together with DRAM using TSMC's new wafer-level multi-chip module process. This is essentially CoWoS for mobile, TSMC's advanced packaging technology for iPhones. The bottleneck: wafers are piling up waiting for DRAM before they can be packaged. TSMC is currently sitting on roughly $1 billion worth of Apple processes that cannot move to the next stage. The evidence: TSMC's CFO said inventory days increased 7 days to 87, primarily due to the ramp of N2 technology. The counterintuitive truth: the bottleneck isn't TSMC's 2 nanometers technology. It's not Apple's design. It's DRAM. Now let me explain why there's no DRAM. The AI boom. AI data centers need massive amounts of memory. Nvidia, Google, and Microsoft are buying up LPDDR5X RAM for AI training and inference. The numbers: Nvidia is on track to surpass Apple in annual free cash flow this year. Nvidia buys tens of billions of dollars of DRAM directly from all the DRAM makers. The supply shift: global DRAM capacity is being prioritized for high-margin HBM and server memory, squeezing consumer electronics supply. The result: memory contract prices surged more than 100% in the first half of 2026. Apple CEO Tim Cook admitted they're seeing some very significant constraints currently, with limited flexibility in the supply chain. The counterintuitive truth: Nvidia isn't just competing with Apple on AI chips. They're competing for the same memory chips. Now let me show you what Apple is trying. The suppliers: Apple leans heavily on Micron for DRAM, but also buys from SK Hynix and Samsung. The scramble: Apple and its assemblers are working to hurry DRAM shipments. The CXMT attempt: Apple tried to negotiate with Chinese memory maker CXMT for shipments at a lower price, but failed. The result: Apple has little choice but to pay the premium. The consequence: if Apple can't secure enough DRAM, the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max could be delayed. The counterintuitive truth: Apple, the world's most valuable company, cannot get enough memory. AI has changed the supply chain power dynamic. Now let me show you the real-world impact. The timeline: the iPhone 18 Pro, Pro Max, and foldable iPhone Ultra are expected to debut in September. The current situation: A20 Pro wafers are stuck at TSMC, waiting for DRAM. Main logic board assembly and final assembly are done primarily by Foxconn and BYD in China. Delays in packaged processor deliveries could compress their production schedules. The MacBook Air Apple is steering buyers toward the MacBook Pro and away from the MacBook Air. MacBook Air shipments already delayed, unavailable until September. The iPhone 18 base model, for the first time, Apple reportedly won't launch its new base model in the fall. It's being pushed to early 2027. The counterintuitive truth: Apple is still confident they can meet initial demand, but retail inventory could dry up quickly. Let me leave you with the 3 secrets that connect everything we just discussed. Secret 1: the AI tug-of-war trap. Apple and Nvidia are competing for the same memory chips, but Nvidia has higher margins and can pay more. Apple is losing a war it used to win. Secret 2: the supply chain illusion. Apple's supply chain is still the best in the world, but it's not invincible. The $1 billion chip backlog is proof that no company can defeat physics. Secret 3: the cost pass-through reality. Rising memory costs mean rising iPhone prices. Average iPhone price is already over $1,100. Expect another hike. So what should you actually do with this information? If you own Apple stock, the shortage is a short-term headwind. Long-term demand for iPhones remains strong. Watch for the September launch timing, DRAM supply improvements, and price increases, since margins could hold if Apple passes costs on. If you are a consumer, be prepared for limited iPhone 18 Pro availability at launch. Wait times could be longer than usual. The foldable iPhone Ultra will be over $2,000 and might be even harder to get. If you are a trader, watch DRAM suppliers. Micron, SK Hynix, and Samsung are winning here. Apple's supply chain issues are temporary, but the DRAM shortage might last until 2028. Here is my question for you: will you still buy the iPhone 18 Pro if it's delayed, or is Apple's supply chain crisis changing your mind? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Like and subscribe if you want more analysis on the AI supply chain and the companies reshaping the industry. I'll see you in the next video.